our objectives are to establish MMM Global in Thailand, to empower the people to be financial free through MMM ideology, improve MMM Global services worldwide. As we had everything broken down into weeks, and in week one, we were made up of 10 members, and in week one, we had a motive in mind, and our motive were to have a quick surveillance of the entire environment, build MMM global sites, make advert on social media, radio and TV, hosting of seminars at strategic places. 5-day seminars was in our mind, and we were able to achieve this. And our target audience was about 200 persons per day. Target individual with students, private firms, owner, unemployed citizens, social workers, bloggers, and internet marketers. And the minimum target per each of our participants that we're looking at was $300, and our target was actually getting 3,000 participants per week. Now, and in doing this, before we went fully into the whole thing, we had our SWOT analysis, which went ahead to show us the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats of our immediate environment. I won't go into details of the SWOT analysis. You could actually go through them on our video page on YouTube. Now, we had our $50,000, but because of what we had in mind, we had our budget cut out for us. And after our expenditures, we have a total budget balance of $25,260. Now, which now takes us to our immediate and present task. Now, the objective of task 2 is what is payment of older participants that were successfully registered with us, and recruitment of new participants to join and pay older participants. An average donation was $300, and number of participants, as said before, was 3,000. Now, in putting all these figures together, we're able to total sum of $450,000, given the fact that we're able to register 1,500 participants, and with an average contribution of $300. Now, the percentage growth for this one, for this 450,000 was $135,000, and that also went ahead. By the time we did our registration bonus of $30,000 and adding everything together, we had a total of $615,000. Now, with this figure in hand, we had we needed to pay 1,500 participants within the next 3 weeks, which is worth $615,000 minus $450,000, which we now had a balance of $465,000. Now, this $465,000, it's divided by the by the amount paid by each participant, which gives us the total number of participants as at hand, which is 550 participants. A constant rate of 1,500 participants per week for the next 3 weeks. We're going to have a total number of 4,500 participants. In that means, since 4,500 participants is way more than 550%, 550 participants, we can comfortably say that and healthy. We have strategies and resources to encourage old participants to bring in new participants and get 10% referral bonus, train interested members as guidance, organize more seminars, social media publicity, get phone numbers of citizens, and create call centers to inform them, having in mind local languages to help us do this. And the available resources needed for this: internet, a call center team, and a team of social media publicists. Now, in achieving all this, we had to expense more again, and a total of 3,500 expense was gotten in our budget. We depleted our budget $40. Now, which takes us to our task 3, and a month has passed like that. You can actually go through our YouTube channel and see the task itself. In handling this, our task 3, so we had a situation. And the situation is total participants for the first week 1,500. Total participants for 3 weeks was 4,500. Now, after week 4, that's a month, we had a total of 6,000 participants. Now, by the time we multiplied, we had referrals for each of the 1,500 participants. That's how we got our 4,500 participants. Now, therefore, total number for the second month was 9,000 participants. So 9,000 participants will contribute 300 each, which gives us a total of $2,700,000. Now, in fairness, we could obviously see that the new guiders are doing a great job. Now, which means an intensive training and guidance would be imperative, and expenses of seminar unnecessary, which leaves our budget $1,240. We had the solution at hand. After the first month, we had a large turn up for the new registration, and we were able to pay up the contribution to the first week, which was due for PH. Now, we had a strategy, and our strategy was to encourage all participants to provide help again and bring in new participants to get the 10% referral bonus. Now, this is snowballed into the our task 4, and as you can see there, I won't be going too much into details. But this task 4 gave us at hand, and this situation we discovered that we had a reduction of 75%, and this was given the total of 1,000 participants we had before. Now 75% reduction was a total of 1,135%. Now when we take that from the expected 1,500 we had before, we had a balance of 375 participants. Now hence there's a need to sustain the number of current participants and level with. Now if we had a total of 1,500 per week plus the new balance of 375, that gives us a total number of 1,875 participants. So when we add that to our previous balance, we have at the end of the day we have a total of 6,000 participants. Now month 5 to 8, it was obvious that the number of participants compared to the first 4 weeks reduced, which means 6,000 participants multiplied by 3 will give us a total of $1. And this 6,000 was the number of participants we had from week 5 to week 8. So that's a diminishing return on our part. Hence, when we minus $1,800,000 from previous $2,700,000, there's $2,700,000 that we have from the first 4 weeks. It then means that to achieve this, intensify guidance training, present more seminars on social, social media adverts and all that. Now, in doing this, also gutted our budget a little bit. We had to spend another 3,500, which depleted our budget to 17,740 budget. Now, we had an issue on hand, which takes us to our class 5. I'll be going too much into details of that. Now, the situation here is, as a result of the holiday, it affected the whole system, and there was a drop in registration of new participants, which dropped to about 250. Now, this drop of registration of new participants has continued to the end of the month, regardless of all our effort. Put things in perspective to see how we can curb this. And we had strategic in mind. We had some objective in mind. And this objective, we are strategic planning to resolve the issues, resources needed to resolve the issues, increase the number of participants to make contribution to sustain the system. Now, in sorting this out, since registration of 1,805 participants was successful, hence we assume that just 700 participants registered for the second month. We were able to get 305 plus 700 plus 700, which gave a total of 2,405 participants. Hence, we still had a deficit from the previous 6,000 we had, and the new balance became 3,525 participants. Now, contributions by these same people amounted to 742,500 participants, and this is another deficit for us. And if we minus this from the previous balance of $1,800,000 that we had from week 5 to week 8, then we had a new balance of $1,500,000. Now, situation, bearing in mind that we are running low on our budget, so we can't afford money intensive plan, but instead increase the manpower. So there is a need to get new participants, and due to lack of funds to pay for our old participants, their 30% market growth and the bonuses, we delay payment to watch if there will be new registration coming in. And in doing so, to achieve this, we actually now, this methodology, one, existing guiders should organize an emergency seminar to address launch guider school program in Thailand, increase publicity through social media and promoting financial freedom, intensifying awareness campaign more strongly. Also, we need to cover more states and regions within the shortest time. Depleted our budget with a new budget balance of 16,240, which means we spent 1,500. Now, we now had another task at hand, which is the task 6. I might not be going too much in details because of time. Now, The situation this left us with is with the referral activities dropping to zero, which means no new participants were registered. Nothing was. However, the trained guiders were able to bring in 500 new participants of 300 donation. That gave up a new balance of $210,000, which then reduced the number of participants needed from 3,505 to 2,805 participants, thereby reducing the total amount to 847,500 participants. Now, how did we get this figure? That's we minus the new 700 new participants registered, the amount that they pledged from the previous amount we had from the first week of the second month. Now, participant needed was 2,805 participants. Total amount needed was 847,500. This effort was not enough to salvage the entire situation, hence extended the pause. However, since fresh deposits are not frozen, fresh testimonial of Marvel Group will keep the hope of all members alive since their marvels are frozen, and it will further instill confidence in them because of the belief that making new pledges, fresh testimonials from all members who have written letters of happiness and have benefited, fresh members, and negate bad and unheard publicity about MMM in Thailand by government policies, medias, and all that. Now, to achieve this, we had an objective, and one of the objectives was, as the post mode is ineffective, members should be adequately guided about the post mode and how it can be overturned. Now, with methodology, the use of the testimonial and letter of happiness, which participants who just joined are saying in the MMM Thailand website will soon bring a ray of hope to the old participants and will make them trust the system once again. Now, note that the forming of guiders that marvels of new deposits are not frozen, so they should be encouraged to bring in more new participants. Manage of information such that the present state of our system remains between team members. Continue with the media and social adverts. Continue to hold seminars at old and new venues. Renovate new banners and make new bills. Slight effect on our new budget balance of 14,725, where we expense 8,500. Now, this takes us to part 7. No details of that, but the part 7 left off with an objective. Now, the objective is reintroduction of MMM, especially in another part of the country, of Nonthaburi, which is believed to be the second most populated city in Thailand, with a population of people ranking close to 15.5 million people. Now, the methodology, we create a bad reputation. Guiders should provide help effortlessly, maintain our presence in the capital through the internet, major bloggers, our print media, etc. Mass campaign by guiders and team members. Funds kept aside for emergency will come into use to make it possible, unless anchor campaign will be fully utilized, such as non-availability of enough guidance. We basically need to launch a massive campaign on financial apocalypse seminar, symposium, etc. Carrying out all kinds of activities we carried out in the first week of arrival. We'll also have to combat with the media by being transparent enough to tell them the truth about the present state of MMM. Now, we daily display testimonial of people who benefited in the restart phase, stating countries where it had worked before, countries like Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, and other African countries that partook in the MMM activities. Also, launch more batches of guided school to multiply carriers of knowledge and skills who will help mass education and who will help mass educate the populace. And most importantly, partake in and undertake in community services, charity services within our community and its environment. So basically, we noticed that by the time we put all this plan together, we might not entirely win the total confidence of the populace, but at least, like they say, it's better late than never. So we felt, okay, this was a nice step for us to take, so that at least first, to some extent, we'll be able to win the confidence of the first 100%. Then from there, by the time this 100% tends to get referrals, we tend to expand the ideology of MMM and bring the picture back to the mind of people that look, bad as you guys think, or MMM is not as bad as the media publicizing. But if you give it a try, give given the fact that we have other good things at heart to do. Give it a try again, you'll see that it's going to be worth your while. So basically, that's how we intend to handle the situation. And it's worthy of note that in handling issues, in taking part in this whole event, I had the benefit of working with the 9 best guidance MMM will ever have, and their names are Omoni, Adejoke,
Thank you. You don't need to read them.
Doto.
Read
No,
them.
Mentor, Mentor, I'm sorry, but please, these guys, they are wonderful. I need the whole world to know them. They are wonderful. They are wonderful. Sleepless night, we were together. It's worthy of note that we actually took our time and we met ourselves.
I
Thank you,
know.
Mentor, for
You normally join me to your meeting. So I normally have scripted night with 2 people. So this is part
Thank you
of
very
it.
much. Thank you very much. I will appreciate your effort too.
I've had you. Thank you, sir. We will switch to another. Thank you for center, the leader, every one of us are here to learn. Everybody is learning. Who have been saying you can see that restart mode, post mode, holiday. We can tackle it. MMA is different from copycat, so don't compare. You can never compare the guy that know how to play ball, the name of the star, to call that person at all. You have a one boy in your area, he used to play, you now be calling that guy Messi, Messi, Messi. No way, because it can never be Messi. So any copycat can never be MMA. MMA has a structure. They know what is going to happen and they know how to tackle it. Organization. All these Yahoo boys that just come, donation estate, donation estate. Many of you have already Larry man. That's you have already burn your hand, you burn your finger by involved in that something. So thank you. All these things that we are telling you people in Ghana to read or to do together, not to fail. When you prepare, when you prepare, it will not be easy for you to fail. If you fail to plan, you have to do your plan has to be failed for everyone. So let's move to another cycle 6. I don't know if somebody from cycle 6 is here. If you are in cycle 4 away, and let's go to so that other people can join and you finish your own move away, let other people join too. Cycle 6, cycle 6, cycle 8. From cycle 8, cycle 8.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Abiodun.
Hello, sir.
Are you the only one?
Yes, I'm Mr. Wait, Abiodun Abidemi. I'm not.
Now only you waka come.
Hello, sir. We are together, but I asked them not to. No, not so, sir. I just told them to stay around so that if there's any need, they will join me because of the congestion.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the reason why is that an issue. At least if you are it now, the 2 others can take it from where you stop.
Yes, sir.
If there is nothing going to spoil, let's continue.
But I can ask them to join us now.
send me the link, please. The link of the tax.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Love girl. Love. Are you there?
Just send the link, sir.
Okay, I've seen it. Can you share the screen? Share your screen.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Love lady or love girl. Tamuna kúrò.
Hello, sir. I'm online.
Good evening. What partial, what cycle?
I'm Circle 10.
So please call the others so that by the 8 finish their own, 9 will now come. So your own will be follow them. We have only 15 minutes
Okay.
to use.
Okay.
Hope you hear me.
Yes, sir.
So let's go. Abiodun.
All right, sir. Good evening, sir. My name is Abiodun Abidemi. Group 5, Circle 8. I'm the presenter of my group, sir. Present to the house the MMM business games and presentation in Thailand as a country, sir. Now to be very brief with presentation. Hello, sir. Hello.
To you. Everybody's hearing you.
Now, briefly, I wanted to look at. Briefly, I wanted to look at some important Thailand as a country.
Go on.
And the Gulf of Thailand, the certain instance of Holland. The capital of Thailand is Bangkok. We have known together that there are about 68.2 million people. The ethnic group of Chinese, and then we have other tribes as well. Thai in 75%, and then others made up of 11%. And we have Buddhism, we have constitutional monarchy. All right, before we present us game in Thailand, we want to go through a 1 week awareness campaign to promote global and creation of Thailand. Amen. And study the new terrain because MMM will operate as visual organization. Go through the following steps. MMM has decided to build social media adverts We also do a SWOT analysis of MMM in Thailand. Then other will be hosting an offline promotion. And ideology works and the benefits. This is very important so that people know how to participate. Also, we train at work along the campaign for the handles in major places like the malls, and bus stops. This is to spread the news about MMM. The kickoff for our campaign.
Abiodun.
In this campaign,
Abiodun.
we'll be having a transportation to and fro. Yes, sir.
What's happening? Are you the one that make the something to be cracking to your network?
Sorry. I'm fine, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir? I'm able to hear you.
But the line in the way you are talking, your voice is cracking. The mouth, the mic to your mouth, very close to your mouth, please. Wow. Balogun.
Hello.
What circle are you belongs to?
Hello, mentor.
Hello.
I'm presenting 9, sir.
9. Okay. Abiodun, continue. Abiodun. Abiodun. Hello, Aki. Hello, Aki. Aki. Amoluku. Amoluku. Please, you don't need to on your camera before you talk to us. But it's first. Can you hear me?
Hello, yes, sir.
Hello, Mr. Aki. Please leave this camera now. You point direct. Can you hear me?
I can hear now.
So you are in what cycle?
Working with 15 members, okay, and the transportation.
Abiodun, hold on, Abiodun.
808.
Abiodun, Aki, what What do you belong to? You cannot say. Okay, Abiodun, please continue. Continue from your own end.
All right, our budget for this nation in Thailand, okay, will include 15 members. It's $250 per head, and this will cost us $3,750. Accommodation and feeding for 15 members at the price of $300, which will give us $4,500. We have local transport and bus hire within the country. We hire a bus at the rate of
Iguana. Oh, it's not friendly. I can see it. But we need to do this tonight. Abiodun.
which will be at the rate of $1,000. The total of these will be we have budgeted for this camp $9,650. Our projected population will be targeting 200 per week. The growth of the male growth is 30%, and this will be a total of $3,000. At least 30% growth in terms of participant payment and starting with it.
We did not see anyone of your cycle that can rescue, that can back you up.
Our tax result for now that
the network is bad. It's bad. Somebody to rescue you.
percent increase
And nobody
in registration. Hello. Hello.
We are not hearing anything. I can't hear you at all.
Hello.
I cannot hear anything at all.
Hello.
This is what we are going to do. Listen to me. We'll postpone it tomorrow morning. It's
Hello.
like this night. The internet is not okay everywhere. So we'll do it a.m. tomorrow. A.m. in the morning.
Ah.
We'll continue from then.
Ah.
Because I can see that the network
Hello.
is not good at all. Akenobi, what batch, what cycle do you belong to?
Hello,
What
good evening.
cycle?
Good evening,
Akenobi,
mentor.
good evening.
Co 11. Mr. Co 11.
Hello.
Sako 11.
Akenobi,
Sako 11.
Mute your mic. This is what we are going to do. Mute your mic, please. Start at 6 o'clock tomorrow. By that time, I don't think we will have congestion on internet because this time in this night, well, okay at all. We can manage the first one that we did, but this is just cracking. We are not hearing anything. So tomorrow morning, let's start, and we are going to use 15 minutes each cycle. 15 minutes. By 8 o'clock, we're supposed to finish it. Thank you, everyone, for being here, for taking your time to be online all night. I wish every one of you best of luck. Once a participant, become a guider, become a mentor. So wish that I'm going higher. You should have that belief. Distract you or feed your mind to all these please. MMA is more superb than donation exchange as I'm talking to you. I normally go for 50% or 100%. But some people that you put into it will not eat. Your downline is not making it. You are not you are not making it. You are not making it. What you are doing. Tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. By that time, be okay. We are facing now. So good night. Good night.
Hello, mentor.